one of the things that cannot be denied, especially in light of what has been happening, we all know what's going on right now. And the fact of the matter is, we have always maintained that there are certain people that you could say identify with the squad, but I have always maintained that there was a certain fire in the belly with Rashida Tlaib that was almost unheralded, that never got really enough attention. And the fact that she has gone to the lengths that she's gone to, Cori Bush as well, to basically say, we are not going to line up with you anymore. The power of doing that can be so awe-inspiring for so many others who say, listen, we may be in the same party, but we are not on the same wavelength and we're not on the same path. We are taking a different path now. And we have crossed a Rubicon in light of what is going on in Gaza. Mm-hmm. And if anyone thinks that we're just going back to the way things are whenever this ends, which could be shortly, it could be years from now. But the fact of the matter is, there is no coming back from this. This is a dividing line. This is a changing of the guard, if you will. And the party, at least I hope, for the members that,
well, how many are we up to now that are on the list?
37. 37.
37 people in our Congress are suggesting a ceasefire, and that's controversial.
But
thoughts?
I mean, advocating for peace shouldn't be controversial, but that's just me, you know, and I'm glad that you named, because I was going to say Congresswoman Cori Bush taking that heat, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib definitely taking that heat, and it is because of their leadership that we have those 37 people signed on. We got one senator in the Senate, which I'm looking at the Senate sideways. I'm looking at a few folks sideways, especially. I won't call no names, but it's two in particular, but it's another one, not just my beloved senator, but I want to know where Reverend Senator Warnock is on this, okay? But I'm put that in parking lot. Y'all ain't asked me that. Let me just lay that out there. No, we are never going back. And it is that kind of chutzpah on issues of this magnitude. We can't play games with it. A ceasefire will help get the hostages back. A ceasefire will help us get on the path to trying to find true and lasting peace for both peoples. We are not going to be able to bomb our way out of this thing. What's going to happen on the other side? How many innocent people got to be slaughtered and lose their lives before we understand that just indiscriminately bombing people is not the way? And I would say that regardless of what country is doing it, this is not the way. And Jen, I heard you, before you guys brought me up, you was going ham. You always go ham. And I appreciate and applaud people like you, people like Medea Benjamin, and so many others in the Jewish community who are standing up saying, not in our name, not on our watch, our Islamic and Arab American, because our Arab American sisters and brothers, some rock with the Islamic faith, some are Christians, some are atheists, agnostics, they're not monolithic in that. But we understand that when those two peoples come together, uniquely come together, that great things are going to happen. And to see Jewish voices of peace and people from the Arab American community come together in solidarity and say, let's not do it this way. And then all the other people who are coming by the side for justice. Congresswoman Cori Bush is a peace candidate. That's what this is. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, peace. They standing up for peace. So we need to ask ourselves, why is that controversial to try to want to save lives, to try to stop the slaughtering of innocent people? I don't get it. Somebody got to break that down to me as to why that is controversial. Why did the DNC call the police on those protesters who were mostly, it wouldn't matter how they identify, but I'll just put it out there. They were mostly Jewish sisters and brothers out there protesting. Yeah. They deployed the police in an awful way. They put the police in a bad situation, and they should have never done it. And I am ashamed of my party. I'm ashamed of the DNC for doing that when they could have came out there, had a conversation with those folks, whether you agree or not, and it would have been done. But oh no, they couldn't do that. They utilized the police in a horrible way, and they should be ashamed of themselves for doing it. But they're not ashamed. I saw my chairman out there saying, thank God the police came. What the hell? No, that's not how you utilize the police, but they did that.
I went to, and first of all, let me go back to the fact that I'm still stuck on that I was mentioned in the same sentence as Medea Benjamin, which, by the way, I'll be marinating on that for a very long time. And I saw Medea when I was in DC on November 4th, and that was a sight. But I was just at Stop Cop City. And the irony of, I'm here marching with people that are singing "Love is Our Strength," and they're literally carrying tree saplings to go plant them in the forest. And we come up with a line of officers in riot gear and tanks, and
you guys are very dangerous. You know, they got to protect
And I'm
themselves.
looking around and I'm like, first of all, if you're threatened by tree hippies, you need a new line of work other than law enforcement. That's not the right, you will not survive this world if you're scared of tree hippies. And that's essentially what this is. And I'm like, this is the most absurd thing. Nary a weapon, literally holding tree saplings.
It doesn't make sense. And the leaders who deploy police in this way, because police are doing what they were called to do. Now, yes, could they de-escalate on their own? Absolutely. No doubt about it. My son is in law enforcement, so I see this thing multifaceted. But for me, the buck stops at the leaders, the elected leaders, that's called deploying police on peaceful protesters. Let's start there, then analyze how the police conducted themselves. Elected officials are deploying and abusing law enforcement in this way against our own citizens. Does not make a whole lot of sense. They should be ashamed of themselves, but they are not. But the point about there's a new day. There is a new day, and there's a bubbling up, not only in this country, but all across the world, where people are standing up for justice in all of its forms. And so what I want to say to people who may be divided about what's happening in the Middle East, can we just come together on this? That in order to get security and justice for both peoples, both peoples, and being against the right-wing government of Israel is not being against Israelis, just like, or Judaism, just like being against Christian extremists is not being against Christianity. It is just standing up for justice, for peace, and for love, and being very wide-eyed about it. What Hamas did was immoral as hell. It was horrific as hell. It went against international law. Okay, no doubt. No damn doubt about it. There also can be no doubt that at a certain point what Israel is doing is not right, is immoral, is against international law, does not comport with the Geneva Convention rules. Can we say that too?
Yeah. No, because now you're...
Again, I don't, I mean, it's just driving me mad for people not to even come to a basic humanity argument. That, we up to how many? 14, is it 14,000 now?
14,000.
And that's not even talking about the people who've been maimed. We know that disease is kicking up because they don't have clean water.
They're hungry.
The people who are dying in hospitals right now, the collective punishment that is going on. And we said, and you know what, Jen and Peter, I was just with my dear Benjamin last night, and I had to applaud her. I know you both saw that video. Where them folks that was marching got all up in her face, said they wanted her to be raped and have a baby, and for her stomach to be cut open, and for it to be sent to their mama, to her mother. And those were the pro-Israel people.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they all, because I would never say that everybody that went to that march felt that way. But for those women to get up in Sister Benjamin's face like that and say those kind of things to her, it's wrong. So if we are for justice in all of its forms, we got to say we are for justice no matter who is for, who is against, period.
Yeah.
And there's no negotiating on that. We cannot. And America has a unique position in the universe to advocate for a ceasefire and to advocate and push for a way out of this, and to be able to secure so that Palestinians can control their destiny. That is what's going to keep Israelis safe. That is what's going to keep Palestinians safe. And quite frankly, that is what's going to keep us safe too. And don't act like this is the first time that we've had and then the question about our ally. Yeah, Israel is an ally. But are we going to just let every ally do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it? Is it allowed to have a disagreement with allies?
Well, no. Are there other allies?
I don't get it.
Have to sign blood oaths too and have 26 laws in our country saying that we can't boycott? divest or
I mean,
say
it doesn't make sense. So people's eyes are opening and people are coming together, and this is indeed a beautiful, beautiful thing. So listen, you both are gonna have to have me come back. Let me go back and say, We Are Somebody, baby. Go to wearesomebody.org, sign up, and if you don't want to donate via Act Blue,
mail
okay. Just go ahead and
Oregon, mail a check. For goodness sake, please help the labor movement. We love you. Continue to do what you're doing.
Love you.
Bye.
Cannot wait to see you all when I come back to Florida.
You let us know. We'll see you soon.
I will. Happy holidays to everybody. I know some people, I ain't talking about Thanksgiving the way the Pilgrims did it. Okay, I'm just saying happy Thanksgiving.
Before you go, one thing before you go. So you have only been outdone now once, because you remember the first time you called me on the phone and I was like freaking out. I was like, well, you didn't see it. But I'm like, oh my God, I see it. And so now you have officially been outdone because Dr. West called me. And let me tell you that I did my best. I would like to say I was professionally giddy. I did my best, but it was sort of the same kind of thing. So I'm just telling you, but it's very good company, but I'm just saying.
We'll have them both on at one.
He called me and I was like, ah!
Yes, have us both on together one day. I love Dr. West too. He makes me feel that way, and I talk to him often. He definitely is a human rights warrior, and I'm so grateful that he is out there. And Jen and Peter, just one other thing. I mean, I'm glad that there's going to be a robust primary, even though the Democratic Party pretending like other folks ain't running. I don't have to agree with all the people who are running to say that I am glad that they have the courage and intestinal fortitude. Because guess what, y'all? I'm gonna let people in on a little secret. I don't tell anybody that I told you this, but primaries are for the exchange of ideas.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.